I think we're gonna pass it off to our good friend Alexei.
Hi, everyone. Um, as you have heard so greatly, my name is Alexei. I have grandma glasses on because they're my mother's. Uh, and you may know me from such internet accolades as I bullied Brooks Wheelan a couple days ago. And, like, it's not on an account I put my name to, but it's, like, in my conscience. So I get to claim it. Um, And the way I talk about like bullying Brooks Wheelan is it doesn't make me sound like a nice person. Um, I don't. I think that bullying is good when you are directing it at the right people. Um, and like when it's like, I feel like saying like you deserve to be bullied is like something that like the like girl in middle school who like bought a nicer lip gloss than you says. Um, But I do. I think that like if Oreo made a like a tweet that was like super insensitive and all the comments were like you're an idiot, Stan Luna, and had like fan cams of beautiful girls dancing. I think that's the best kind of bullying on earth, and I think we should bully people more if that's what bullying is now. Um like I don't care about blue check sensibility. I don't like Twitter thinks you're famous. Isn't that enough for you? Um and it's like I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a tougher person now because if you handed me like an ex-cast member who looked kind of like Onision in his icon like last year, I would probably be pretty nice about it. Um I moved at the end of last year, which is something I talk about a lot because it's a big deal. That's what you learn as an adult when you leave your house permanently. It's a big deal. Um, but I moved to Arizona and I fall into a category that I like to call visibly trans. Um, Unfortunately, with being visibly trans, I'm also non-binary and bisexual, which means I get called every slur in the book and I say none of them. Um, but when you're raised in Chicago, you're kind of taught not to care. Um, when people are mean to you in Chicago, it's probably because you like didn't give your seat up on the train for the elderly, which is like I also deserve to be bullied for that. That's fine. Um, I like Chicago has a really big Pride community, and I went to Pride a couple years ago dressed in a way that would probably not be something that you would want to like go to like your grandmother's or like anywhere to. And the only person who was mad at me was Whole Foods. That was it. Whole Foods was really pissed off at me, and then I went into like CBD kratom, and they were like, "Yeah, man, have some free medication. I don't care, whatever. You look great." I was like, "Thanks." There's no difference between these businesses at all. They both sell natural things. Um, but in Arizona, it's a swing state, which means we voted blue like 400 years ago, and we're not letting go of it. Um, and so people are very mean here. I was walking down the street the other day because I was going to what was I doing? I was going to Safeway because they have the best already warm pot pie on earth. And I was like walking down the street, and this dude calls out from his car and he calls me the F slur, which I won't say because I love you all. And it's like I'm walking down the street, I'm minding my own business, and this dude who looks like one of the Da Vinci twins just decides that this poor child-looking man on the street deserves to be called this horrible word. And I'm so desensitized to this from living in a big city that I stood there wearing every piece of jewelry you see me wearing now in a rainbow overshirt. Think like Niles from Palm Springs, but like gayer. Um, I was wearing like flower print, like short shorts. I was wearing my like Antibodies Nicholas Braun tank top that I painted myself when I was bored. I stood there with my hands on my hips, like tapping my foot as he sped away. And I went, now what about me looks fruity enough that you get to say that? The answer is everything. But I didn't think about that. I wouldn't trade it for the world, though. I love looking like this. I love being a trans person. I love being non-binary. I think it's one of the coolest things on earth. My girlfriend is non-binary as well, which is super cool. I think about this a lot because they're cool with both the term girlfriend and partner. And it made me realize that, you know, when John Mulaney is like, oh, can my like wife board with me? And that's like a really big deal. Or like when like Tom Wamsgans is at the wedding, he's like, wife. Like that, like, yeah, sure, if you're like an older cis white man. But when you're my age and when you're like gender non-conforming, it's the best entrance into cis normativity you can ever ask for. It's like a power move because then you get to switch it up because you respect your partner. You get to say girlfriend and partner in the same sentence. And then you get to watch their heads explode. It's the best feeling on earth. And to conclude, because this is all sort of cycled together, and it's all come to me in this very moment that I wrote yesterday. Bullying is okay if you are cisgender and heterosexual. Thank you for coming, everybody.